Hey guys, welcome to MD90's channel. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down here. Is it here? Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and share the video.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the judgment with regard to GBM's case has finally come out. So GBM has been in court for, I think, pretty much the entire 3 years that the UPND has been in government for alleged possession of properties believed to be proceeds of crime. So he's been in and out of court. But recently, some only action that we saw was there was a time that he wanted to go to South Africa for medical checkup. This is when his court hearings were still at high, and he wasn't allowed that. I think even his passport was repossessed, should have been in June or earlier than that. Then another time that he was supposed to appear in court, he didn't do that. He was in hospital. Pretty much, yeah, that's what's been happening with regard to GBM's case. But the only pictures that we saw should have been on Sunday when Hari Kalaba and Mausampa met him somewhere, and then they posted those images. And then as of today, the conviction in a number of cases that he has come out, and this is the judgment. So the UPND was in court, pretty much keeping us updated of what was happening or the way these charges were being read out. Because today was the day of judgment in with regard to those cases. So acquitted on counts 14 to 24 due to insufficient evidence. So he had 24 counts or charges that he was facing in court. So some of them were he was acquitted on, and then others you will see what happened as we proceed. But this was the update coming from the UPND in real time when the judgment was being handed out. What is Chief Fatayari also weighed in saying GBM made the UPND in the northern part of Zambia. Today, the same UPND has fixed him. And then he says, wait for me at 20 hours. So simply saying the UPND's penetration in the northern region is attributed to GBM, and then they're saying they're the same ones that are behind this conviction, allegedly, according to Chief Fatayari's analysis there. And then during the mitigation, these updates just were coming from the UPND as the court session was in process. So as you can see somewhere, Isaac says there Wednesday. And in his mitigation, KBF is GBM's lawyer. So in his mitigation says GBM is a married man and has 5 children and blessed with 13 grandchildren. He has been a law-abiding citizen with no criminal record. That's the argument that KBF was putting across in court. He has run businesses in this country, never red flagged by the bankers, business association, or FIC, etc. This conviction is a huge blow to his business and society at large. So he says. And then someone puts up an analysis within the post that the UPND had put up, saying this is the argument that KBF was putting across for GBM in his mitigation in court. And Kelvin in there says, I can remember when GBM was fighting with Winter Kavimba through words exchange in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. GBM did mention that I came into politics because of my business. Otherwise, I've not been in politics. GBM made it clear that he came into politics to make himself richer, but not work for the people of Zambia, he alleges there. So simply saying this was expected there. The UPND went further to keep us posted. They say GBM found guilty of being in possession of 10 million kwacha suspected to be proceeds of crime in count 12. So amongst those counts that he had, then the convictions started coming, as you can see from the process there. They went further to say this is still the UPND reporting in real time. Say GBM found guilty of possession of being in possession of 320 US dollars. Suspected to be proceeds of crime in count 10. So those are some of the convictions that's coming as it was going in court. And that's GBM. This should have been at the time that he was still defense minister during Michael Sata's reign. And then counts 10 to 24 related to possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime, ruling going on. So this is still the UPND reporting in real time from court. GBM found guilty of money laundering in count 9, 15 more counts remaining. So those are the number of counts that he had at this time when they are reporting on that. GBM found guilty on count 8 for conflict of interest. Judgment still ongoing. Then obviously other news outlets also picked it up. This is Kalemba say breaking news. GBM to spend 5 years behind bars. So former defense minister, now the defunct PF regime, Geoffrey Waliamwamba, also known as GBM, has been sentenced to 5 years imprisonment with hard labor by the Economics and Financial Crimes Court after being convicted on multiple charges, including 8 conflicts of interest counts, 4 property-related offenses, and 1 count of money laundering. So those are the convictions that GBM has been handed. The acquittals amongst the 24 charges. GBM, this is still the UPND. GBM handed a 5-year jail sentence with hard labor after being found guilty on multiple charges. So that's real time. Obviously, Kalemba also picked it up by breaking news. The EFCC finds GBM guilty for failing to declare conflicts of interest in 8 counts over awarding of contract to his company, Jerusalem Global, by Ministry of Defense. So he's simply saying he had awarded a contract while he was Minister of Defense at a time, which is the conflict of interest charge that he's been given there. So former Minister GBM or Geoffrey Waliamwamba has been convicted for money laundering in relation to $620 paid to his company by government since the contract was illegally obtained. So different amounts showing up there. And then obviously Chifetari weighs in to say GBM Chafita 5 years imprisonment is fixing. So simply putting up an image of at a time when GBM was helping President Hakainde Hichilema make waves in northern provinces. This was the time that he was UPND vice president at the time in opposition. Should have been built up to 2016 elections, where that Do Not Reverse song for Edgar Lungu came out and took over the waves. Cape Mine accidents. This is in the Money Daily. Those are some of the headlines. But as things stand, GBM to spend 5 years in prison. And I'm pretty sure his lawyers are likely to appeal, but we'll wait and see how things play out. But otherwise, those are the convictions that he's been given, and those are the charges handed to him. Nothing has been reported yet. I think they're still in court, whether to decide if is to appeal the case or sit it out. I'm sure he's going to ride out all the court systems. I'll keep you posted, and if anything comes up, ladies and gentlemen.